Between 1996 and 1997, 65 people were killed in the Benning Terrace projects of Southeast Washington, also known as Simple City. Police say it was a war zone where even they were afraid to go. Then the people who lived there decided to take back their neighborhood.
He came up the hill, and on one side, he got the single-family homes, and then on the right side, this is our property here.
For years, the police didn't come here. So the gangs of Benning Terrace, also known as Simple City, were the police, judge, and jury deciding how this Southeast project would be run.
YouTube, what it do, man? It's Trey the Third. We finna get into another reaction. We got Washington, D.C., the District of Crime, as they call it. Nah, for real, what they call it, Chocolate City back in the day. Really a lot of culture from D.C., you know what I'm saying? It's a really a lot of people and they stuck in their ways from a younger age, you know what I'm saying? Or they're old folks in the same place, you know what I'm saying? They just moving the same way. That's why shit's still treacherous. Like, motherfuckers not really elevating where I'm from, for real. So we just gotta do better as a community now, for real. But I'm gonna see what's going down in this joint. I'm gonna get y'all hip to some shit y'all probably ain't know. Yeah, they hot on this jump. Fuck it. It's on YouTube. Reacting. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I seen all these vids, bro. I seen all these gems. Me and my man, Trail used to be in the cut watching these gems, bro. We used to be in the cut watching these gems, because shit really get treacherous, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes you gotta watch these videos, cause if you in real street action, like, you gotta know how to move, bro. Nigga savage, cranking. Damn, they banging shit right here. Savage, hot ass.
Remember when crack was going on? White people be
That
looking
nigga
at DC
savage,
from
hot
Virginia
as
with
shit for
binoculars,
that,
you know?
y'all. Hey, bro. Y'all niggas don't
that
get
looks
mad at me
dangerous.
for reacting to this shit. This shit on
Not
YouTube.
yet.
Nah, for real. If you got caught on camera, that's on you, big dog. Y'all know about that
Washington,
go-go.
D.C. There are affluent neighborhoods in the nation's capital as well as much poorer neighborhoods surrounding it. Living in a safe and central part of the city is an expensive proposition for many people living in D.C. For those who live further away, the commute and crime rates are much higher. A rise in violent crime rates between 2020 and 2022 has caused Washington, D.C. to gain a reputation as a dangerous city. However, Washington, D.C. is relatively safe, particularly in its tourist areas and city center.
Exactly.
There are some
I can
dangerous
tell you a
areas in
couple.
Washington.
Don't go past, bro. There's one street. You know what I'm saying? You got four corners of DC go built like this. Now there's a street that run on this angle. Do not go past that street. There's a river on that angle. Do not go past that river. You be all right. Some other areas is bad too. Like, you don't want to go in that top corner, like right up there. You know what I'm saying? On Georgia Avenue, coming down Georgia Avenue and shit like that. That shit would be with it. Yeah, don't go around Howard.
Washington, D.C., and it's not as
That
safe
whole
as some
little
other
stretch.
major cities like New
Then the
York
whole
City.
other side of southeast and
Washington,
northeast.
D.C. crime
Trying to
rates
tell
are
you.
82% higher than the
Stay
national
in that little
average.
middle there.
Violent crimes
Stay
in
on cap.
Washington are 101% higher than the national average. In Washington, you have a 1 in 24 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Despite being the headquarters of multiple federal law enforcement agencies, such as the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI, and United States Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. The nationwide crack epidemic of the 1980s and
These niggas sound like the
1990s
Feds.
greatly
What the fuck am I
affected the
watching,
city and led to large increases.
Hey, good morning. So those 5 people were shot in the span of 5
Damn,
hours. The fatal
Snow.
shooting here off of New York Avenue in this parking lot that people in the neighborhood say has become something of a problem. Here in Ward 5, according to DC crime data, there have been 1,100 more crimes, violent and property crimes this year than the same time last year. And Ward 5 ANC Commissioner Kathy Henderson says people are asking for more protection. The violent night began at 5:15 p.m. with a man shot and killed here in this Exxon parking lot off Bladensburg Road in New York Avenue Northeast. Sources tell Fox 5 they believe the victim was working on a car moments before the shooting. It's at least the 3rd shooting in 3 weeks on this block of New York Avenue. The city's homicide count now up to 244. 4 hours after that, telltale yellow crime tape blocking off part of North Capitol Street Northwest and the entrance to Tyler House Apartments. There, DC police say 3 people were shot around 9 p.m. Thursday night.
Heavily populated right there. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody take that route to go to work because there's a highway exit on the once you buck that right past the gas station, you got, and then you buck a left, you on the highway. So everybody be around that area. Then if you go straight, if you make a left and keep going straight, that motherfucker a whole nother highway taking you to the trenches.
We know that DC Council member Trayon White has been pushing for that since August, but there are many other members of the council that do not believe that the National Guard should be part of the city's crime-fighting strategy.
Getting an LLC for your business doesn't have to look like this. Just Google LLC Taylor Brands.
Car-related crimes have risen this year in Washington, D.C., with motor vehicle thefts rising by 93% compared to 2022, according to the Metropolitan Police Department.
What the fuck did they get in that?
There have been at least 6,317 cars stolen in 2023 as of November, and at least 905 of those incidents are considered carjacking, which is a violent crime. Carjackings have doubled since last year, which saw more than 400 reported in November 2022. At least 77% of the carjackings involved a gun, and 158 carjacking arrests have been made. 2/3 of the arrests involved minors.
Damn, nigga, how many niggas gonna hop out that little ass car, bruh? I swear to God, they just started pumping out like Smurfs. Them niggas hot as shit, bruh.
D.C., headquarters to the National War on Drugs. The closest battlefields are the neighborhoods that are in the very shadows of our nation's capital. The politicians say they're winning that war among teenagers, but the families who live in low-income Washington, D.C. say their neighborhoods are being swallowed up by drug wars that are taking the lives of children now.
Night, day, all night, there's drugs, selling them and everything else, a whole lot of them.
Last year, 14 youngsters between 11 and 17 years old were gunned down on the streets of Washington, D.C. Here are a few of the faces. 15-year-old Sean Smith was shot to death in an argument over a ski jacket. 12-year-old Mark Settles was shot to death along with his dog in an apparent argument over drugs. 16-year-old Derek Ingram was killed execution style, handcuffed behind the back and shot twice in the head. These are the streets that 16-year-old Derek Ingram grew up on and died on.
And my mother grew
He's
up
remembered as the kid who loved music.
They was born in the 60s,
playing drums for the Junkyard Band.
They was 20-something. They was 20 years old right when this shit was happening.
Inner city kids who made their junk funk music on empty paint buckets, tin cans, toy instruments, and anything else they could find. Jack Gilmore is a guidance counselor at Fletcher.
Attaining, not obtaining. And that's what's happening today. You know, you look at Johnny, you know Johnny came from the same projects or the same area that you lived, and within a month or 2 months after being on the street, hustling, bang, he's got $5,000 worth of jewelry around his neck. He's driving a 500 or 560 BMW, you know, a Mercedes. Hey, he attained that in that short period of time. Well, I'm going right out here and do the same thing. It's a a today thing, it is a me thing, which society has become, a me society.
They are children like 14-year-old Donnell Leonard who are learning the lessons of life the hard way and at an early age. Why did you decide to go and sell drugs?
Because of the money. I seen where everybody else had money selling drugs.
How much money did you make?
$250.
$250? And where were you selling?
For PCP.
And what happened?
And I was walking, the police arrested me.
Why didn't you ever think that you might be arrested? You could be killed. I mean, didn't that scare you at all? Why not?
Because of the money.
PCP, whose chemical name is phencyclidine hydrochloride, is a drug known for its unpredictable and often violent high. PCP was developed in the 1950s as an anesthetic and is snorted, smoked, and eaten as an illegal recreational drug.
I ain't gonna lie. If y'all see a whole bunch of junkies outside DC and they standing outside acting like zombies, it's PCP, bro. It's called the dipper. They call them dippers. They dip the cigarettes in the PCP. It's called a dipper. You don't want to be smoking that, bro.
It was popular in the Washington, D.C. area in the 1970s and 1980s, usually sprayed on cigarettes stuffed with tobacco, marijuana, or parsley. The drug was then called Sherm, the love boat or butt naked, because so many of its users shed their clothes while high.
Yeah.
The drug is most often ingested by smoking dippers, cigarettes soaked in the PCP solution, and its resurgence has been charted in emergency rooms, detox clinics, and, most prominently, several bizarre homicides in areas from the district to Charles County.
I've been to DC a few times before. It's really small, and it's kind of like you go 5 minutes one way, you in Maryland, or you know what I'm trying to say. You go 5 minutes one way, you in another area. And I always see rappers, like, especially like DC artists like yourself, when y'all are talking shit to a Maryland rapper, it's like, you know what I mean? Y'all kind of talk about how Maryland is not soft, but it's not DC. Speak on the comparisons of DC and Maryland.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm from Maryland, bro. I mean, Maryland is a little softer than DC, but in certain areas, it's not. Like, it's the same shit, bro. It's the boroughs outside of St. Louis or whatever. Like, nigga, once you start burrowing out, they started kicking black people outside of DC. So motherfuckers had to go to Montgomery County, Prince George's County. Some niggas got to Frederick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas was pushed out of that environment. You know what I'm saying? And then they built projects in Maryland. They built apartment buildings in Maryland. Niggas is doing the same shit niggas doing in the city in Maryland, bro. Shit just more spread out there.
I ain't gonna say Maryland soft, because I know dudes in Maryland that's tougher than DC guys. Someone like it's tough guys everywhere. It's just more so the growing up. It's the environment. Like, the environment different. A person in Maryland growing up in Maryland school and DC school, it's like different. See, like Maryland got a bus. A bus pull up and take all the kids from the neighborhood. They get on this one bus and go to school. If that was in Southeast, somebody would die every day. Like, every day it would be a dead student, I promise you. Or robbery. It's no way a bus is picking up a whole bunch of Southeast kids on one, man, what? That shit ain't even real. But I'm just saying, like,
That's
it's
crazy.
just environments, like.
Nah, that's facts though, bro. Niggas got definitely hop on the bus in Moco. It's just like, Moco, like I said, is more spread out. It's less janky niggas. Like, it's still janky motherfuckers. You go to still janky motherfuckers, like, but it's gonna be a little bit more spread out. It's not gonna be everybody on the bus janky type shit. If you go to Southeast, I ain't gonna lie, all them young niggas in the projects, like in project housing, like, can't put all them niggas on one bus. Them niggas gonna be racking.
Just, I can't really explain it. Like a Maryland person, the fastest person in Maryland that's moving the fastest across the streets, if he was in Southeast, he probably wouldn't be the fastest one, because it's just like a fast life at all times. Like, the back door is real.
Back door is real, bro.
It's like no other school in the
That shit's
nation.
goofy.
Not what you expect in a four-year university. Oh,
Southeast DC. The Southeast is arguably the most notable and reputable section of Washington, D.C. While the Southeast is similar to other D.C. hoods, it's unique among them as it's largely untouched by gentrification, unlike many other parts of the city that are experiencing sweeping transformations.
We are following breaking news out of Washington, D.C. 2 people shot this afternoon outside of an auto parts store.
And we're learning a carjacking may have been involved here. Sierra Fox is just getting on the scene right now. She's live in Southeast D.C. with those details. Sierra.
Good evening, Jim and Marina. Well, right now, Fox 5 is here on scene of a double shooting. I'm here at the intersection of Atlantic Street and South Capitol Street in Southeast. This is where the shooting took place at this auto zone behind me. According to Metropolitan Police, 2 men were shot. At this time, it's not clear the motive behind this. As you can see, they are still out here investigating. At this time, we do know that they are looking for 2 male suspects. They believe they took off in a black Nissan, so they are looking for that vehicle and asking anyone who sees it to contact them right away. And it seems out here on scene that the focus of this investigation is that silver car. I walked over to the other side and I did see multiple bullet holes there. At this time, we're still working to find out if this blue van is also involved. Again, this all happened around 3:30 this afternoon. Police are still investigating. Of course, as Fox 5 learns more, we will keep you up to date with the latest. Back to you.
The southeast region of Washington,
D.C.,
comprising of apartment buildings and public housing projects such as Berry Farms, Potomac Gardens, and Simple City, has been known for producing some of the most infamous neighborhoods in the country.
Between 1996 and 1997, 65 people were killed in the Benning Terrace projects of Southeast Washington, also known as Simple City. Police say it was a war zone where even they were afraid to go. Then the people who lived there decided to take back their neighborhood.
He came up the hill, and on one side, he got the single-family homes, and then on the right side, this is our property here.
For years, the police didn't come here. So the gangs of Benning Terrace, also known as Simple City, were the police, judge, and jury deciding how this Southeast project would be run, and plenty of people died by the gun. Vernon Weiss was here.
When the school bells rang at 3:15, the kids would run home. It would take them approximately 2 minutes to get home, and in the units, they would be under beds or in the closets, just waiting for the gunfire to come, because they knew it was a daily routine.
God damn,
Simple
bro.
City.
That's what I'm saying. Shit was different in the city, though, y'all. Like, they were so compact. Like, the beef was right around the corner. You beefing with the other street. You know what I'm saying? You beefing with them. You buck a left, you beefing with them. And y'all only 2-3 minutes apart, walking distance. Come on now, like, that shit ridiculous.
East's Benning Terrace projects. The former home of Marvin Gaye, at one time, this was one of the roughest projects in D.C., especially in the 90s. Originally known as the Simple City Crew, but broke apart into 2 beefing groups, the Circle and the Avenue.
For people that don't know, Southeast, like in D.C., we may be known the violent part of D.C., the most violent part of D.C. If you from around here, you gonna beef. Like, that's what it is. Ain't no way around there, ain't no game out here.
The first neighborhoods of the Southeast Washington, D.C. sprung up in the 1800s
why y'all gotta
around Berry
beef though,
Farm
man?
and
Why can't
Anacostia.
everybody get some money?
Following the Martin Luther King assassination riots, a significant number of white families migrated from Washington, D.C.'s neighborhoods to the nearby suburbs in Maryland and Virginia. By the 1970s, Southeast Washington, D.C. was predominantly a black community. Southwest D.C. Historically, Southwest D.C. has the least recognition among the sections of Washington, D.C., even among non-residents. This section contains hoods such as Greenleaf Gardens, James Creek, Syphax Gardens, and the abandoned Arthur Cappers. During the 1950s and 1960s, redevelopment efforts led to the destruction of much of the neighborhood, leaving only low-income apartment buildings behind.
Start with breaking news off the top at 10. 2 men and a teenager have been shot in Southwest D.C.
And that shooting happening near the restaurant known as the Point D.C., and that is where we find our Shamari Stone at this hour with breaking details. What do we know, Shamari?
Well, good evening. We are bringing you exclusive access. We are actually on the other side of the Point restaurant by the waterfront, and we are going to bring you a little closer to the scene here where you can see that there is crime scene tape up, and detectives, if you move to the left, they actually are bringing out a dog searching for more evidence. Exclusive access here on Fox 5. Let me come over right over here. You see this bar right here? It's outside. It's a beautiful night. A lot of people out having a really nice time. Now, witnesses tell me that they were here somewhere in the restaurant, and all of a sudden shots rang out. Now here's what's interesting. We're on the 2100 block of 2nd Street Southwest. The front window of this restaurant is shattered. Now witnesses tell me that there were men arguing. There was a confrontation. A fight breaks out. Then all of a sudden they hear shots around 8:30 tonight. You're now going to hear exclusively from a witness here at the Point DC restaurant.
3 people shot. That's crazy, y'all.
How are you
Gotta
feeling
keep
right
that
now?
shit on
Can
you,
you
bro.
describe your emotions?
It's crazy though. He could have been defending himself. He could have been like, niggas just be
In the
having
late
animosity in the
1980s
city,
and
bro.
early 1990s,
Start looking at a nigga
Wayne
funny.
Silk Perry was considered to be
Bro,
one of the most.
if one city, bro, if the Boondocks, bro, that's DC too. Like, if one city was about nigga moments, bro, we probably got the most nigga moments in the mother country, bro. I swear to God, niggas is grimy as shit from around the way.
Notorious gangsters in the District of Columbia. His name is synonymous with ruthlessness, calculation, and danger. Prior to becoming a Muslim and black nationalist, Perry was a professional headhunter and alleged killer. He became one of the district's most heinous murderers, according to the Washington Post. In the song Tom Ford, Jay-Z immortalized him in his rhymes. The police said Perry killed witnesses, disloyal gang members, and rival drug dealers for Alberto Alpo Martinez, a Harlem drug lord who trafficked cocaine to Washington. Northwest DC.
So we gotta put that murder game
Due
down,
to its
y'all.
culture, history,
So they said
and
in that
lifestyle,
movie.
Northwest DC, aka Uptown, has
Hey,
become
bro, I ain't
distinct
gonna lie, I
from the
lived
rest
right
of
up
the
in
city.
Northwest for a couple years, like 2 years or something. That shit definitely treacherous too, bro. 7th and Georgia Avenue shit get wicked, bro.
There have been recent changes to the streets within the Northwest
And
Washington,
the
D.C.
projects
ghetto
down
from blocks of row
Georgia
houses
Avenue
to
to go
small
down a little
housing
bit more.
complexes. Uptown has become the city's most gentrified section due to its proximity to upscale neighborhoods, districts, and the White House.
You know, every hood in America the same for real. Like Uptown compared to the South Side, that's one thing I will say. Since like the rap buzz kind of came towards the city or whatever, the South Side be getting a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As they deserve for real, for real. But Uptown, it's just a whole nother dynamic for real. Like it's really just like everywhere, just look a little better for real, for real. Ain't no different. Ain't nothing worse or better than anywhere else, man. We get money. A lot of legendary gangsters, legendary hustlers, legendary basketball players, politicians, everything. You feel me? It's like everywhere else. DC got a hell of a jail culture. Cause you know, we don't got no state president. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got like no.
The
Like,
thing is, though, in Northwest, though, you could chill out there and smoke a J. Like, I would chill out there, you know what I'm saying, do my thing. I'm not really from there, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no ties from there. Like, kill a nigga, go to the store, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't really want to be doing that in Southeast. Like, nigga might just be like, hey, bro, where you from? Not on some trying to press you out, but just in general, trying to be like, you need some weed? Like, you know what I mean? You only go to certain stores, niggas that hit you with that shit. Like, if you go to the main liquor stores around Northwest, you get hit with that shit. But you could chill in the neighborhoods. Niggas ain't really tripping like that. Whole bunch of white families live in these neighborhoods as well as black families. For real.
We get shipped out a lot, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of DC, like a lot of niggas' families, they grow up like institutionalized. They would go there, they grow up institutionalized before they even get to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be super on that type of time, man, at a real young age, man.
Northwest DC was once home to one of the country's most
I used to go to
historic
that
and
gas
thriving
station every
all-black
day, y'all.
neighborhoods long before the streets of LaDroit Park and the hoods
I used to
around
go to that
First
gas
Street.
station every day before I slid to
Shaw
work.
was one of the most important black neighborhoods in Washington, D.C., especially between the late 1800s and the mid-1900s, when U Street, live entertainment, and numerous black-owned businesses made it the center of black culture.
And we start the 5 with a big story. Yet another mass shooting in the district. 5 men shot in the Noma neighborhood, and D.C. police believe it could all be connected to drug activity.
Let's get right out to our Fox 5 Stephanie Ramirez. She is live on O Street Northwest with the latest stuff.
Marina, Jim, this shooting happened in the middle of the day. Police saying it was outside of a senior home, and on the other side there was a charter school. Parents saying that kids had to run and take cover on their first day of school. Now the scene is behind me, and I want to step out of the way because you can see police are marking shell casings on the ground here, O Street Northwest. And when we say that the community is fuming mad, I want you to listen to this woman whose 17-year-old family member was shot and killed in a 2020 cookout. We found her out here today. She tells us her best friend's 35-year-old son was shot here today. Take a listen to this.
It's sad though, y'all. We gotta do something for the community, bro.
get-
We gotta really get these kids into something exciting other than gangs, bro. Like, we gotta get these young niggas some money somehow. Like, for real, if there was anything to do for the city, bro, it would be getting them in a community center that everybody really want to go to, that you could really feed your family off of learning different skills that you really like. Like, bro, get these young niggas some jobs or something. Like, show them like they can make a cool 500 a week consistently. It's better than making 2,000 in 1 week and then making nothing for the rest of the week because you locked up, or making 3,000 in a month, but the next month you don't make nothing because the shit's slow. Like, bro, you gotta show these young niggas how to get some money and be like, all they want to do is be cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But where they from, they grimy. That's how you cool. Like, you get respect for being like a robber, killer, drug dealer, whatever. You gotta show them a different way to really get some paper, bro.
Older to go anywhere, to do anything. They go to school, they can get shot. They walk down the street, they get shot. Just hanging out, playing on a basketball court. And we talk about, hey, snitches get stitches. No, we need to start saying, as a black community, we need to start saying something. We're killing each other for what?
D.C. Police Executive Assistant Chief Sean Benedict says this scene unfolded
Man,
at
they got
around
hit on both
12:50 in
Capitol
the
Street.
afternoon on the unit block of O Street Northwest, in an area known to police as a
Yeah, O
problematic
Street is
open-air
OC,
drug market.
Yeah,
We're told
O
2
Street,
men were
right at the
killed, 3 are
basketball
being
court at
treated
O
at area
Street.
hospitals. Chief Benedict said,
It's
according
definitely
to
a big-ass
witnesses, the black
project building
SUV
right there.
stopped in front of a group of men standing outside of the senior home on O Street, and at least 2 suspects got out and started
I don't
shooting
even
at
like
people
watching
either
this
in
type shit,
chairs
man.
or standing outside. Police haven't confirmed
I
the
seen
victims'
that.
ages
I thought
yet.
they
We
was gonna
don't
be
know
with
if
the
they actually
robbers or
live in that
something.
senior home.
The Capitol and the Anacostia River in southeast D.C., which is south of the Anacostia River. In the northeast Washington, D.C. ghetto are several legendary neighborhoods, including Parkside, Little Vietnam, 21st and Maryland, KWA, Trinidad, Clay Terrace,
Trinidad.
and Lincoln Heights.
Lincoln Heights.
That's what it is, man. So, you know what I'm saying? For people that's
Paradise.
gonna watch this shit, man, where we at with it right now, man? What's this
In
spot called?
Paradise City.
Look, we in Paradise Northeast, you hear me?
Okay.
Cruddy Islands.
Yeah.
You hear me? You see how this joint is, man.
Man, this shit gutted for real. This shit gutted. So you was born and raised on this bitch, or?
This is my home right here, you hear me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, ain't too many people know that, hey, not too many people went to this truck right here, man. This thing your landmark, you hear me?
Yeah. He high. He charged up.
Hell, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Niggas off them yerks, shorty. Like, niggas just like that get smacked out because they off the yerks.
Breaking news. D.C. police are on the scene of a shooting in Northeast, and just 5 minutes ago, they told us over the phone there are 5 victims. 5 of them I'm Leslie Foster.
I'm Lorenzo Hall. Of course, this adds to an already very violent week in the district.
Katie Lusso just arrived on the scene of this shooting moments ago. She is live near 14th Street and Saratoga Avenue. Katie, what do we know?
Well, at this point, we've been told that 5 people have been shot. We are learning more about the rest of the victims in all of this, but we do know that there are 2 bodies under sheets.
I'm trying to see more videos like little rapper interviews type shit. I ain't trying to see the police and all that
now
shit.
affecting many neighborhoods of the Northeast, particularly those
Nigga Money
located
Mile.
near the Capitol, where black
Nigga saying he hot.
families were initially concentrated.
Somebody the mentality of the Gleesh.
Oh yeah, not the mentality. Yeah, definitely the man. Yeah, I'm the mentality of a Gleesh. Like I'm past that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm past that. And some you know, the devil do work, man. Because some days I do feel like going back into that mode, or you know, I read comments on the internet or. Some blogger might be saying this and that about me, and make me want to, you know what I'm saying? So some days are better than others, you know, but am I trying to get rid of that whole mentality? Absolutely. I just want to be better and do better. And my kids is at the age where they can see stuff now, and they're Googling me a lot now and watching everything, interviews, watching, you know, shootouts at shows and all this. They asking me about that stuff. So now I'm really starting to care more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's facts though, bro. You gotta change your whole mentality, but you also gotta change your whole ways of moving. Like you just gotta start moving a certain way. Yeah, you could change your mentality, but if you same spot, moving the same way, thinking a different way, it ain't gonna really help because you gonna get caught by the outside. Outside gonna pull you in. But they say DC a crab full of buckets. Bucket full of crabs.
What's the temperature?
You know, like what's going on in Sydney? Why niggas killing niggas? What niggas doing what?
Killing.
Sure.
It's killing in DC right now.
So that shit biting up there.
Yeah, they have a full-blown war in DC right now. A full-blown war in DC right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a couple hoods in my city that's terrorizing the streets right now. Like, I believe, how many people got shot Saturday? 10? 10, two died, one died Thursday, 2 died Friday, Saturday, 10 got shot, 2 died. It's going crazy in DC right now.
What the fuck they got going on?
Well, you know, in DC, man, so you know, we not a state. That's first of all, and some people get confused when I explain them to the District of Columbia is not a state. It's 50 states in America. DC not a state. So we real small. We never had Crips or Bloods, Vice Lords, GDs, BDs.
None of that.
Wherever
I'm trying to tell you.
Wherever you live at in Washington, D.C., that's where you from.
Exactly.
I stayed on the 1600 block of East Street. I'm from East Street. No Savage from 37. Baller from Simple City. You know what I'm saying? You could be from Uptown, whatever. So all our hoods, we got hoods, whatever neighborhoods you in. And so, you know, Go-Go always been the #1 prominent music in Washington, D.C. Before rap became cool, before we had Bliss and
Go-Go and Mama Sauce.
Go-Go and Mama Sauce.
Yeah.
So the only place we could party at was Go-Go's. So when you go to this Go-Go, you got 37th in the back, Trinidad right here, East Street over here, Social Quarters over here, 640 over here. We all different hoods, but we party.
Yeah, back in the day, that shit used to be a different vibe, y'all. My father used to tell me about them Go-Go's and shit. Like that shit used to be lit. I think I went to one Go-Go, but it was more like it was culture for everybody, even tourists and shit. Like I ain't go to no real Go-Go because I was too young for real, and I wasn't out there like that. Like I was way too young to be going to a Go-Go. But bro, I heard them shits was definitely lit, and like you said, you had a nigga from East Street, Simple City, Paradise, like Trinidad, like everybody was in the same Go-Go because it would be just one big ass Go-Go, different areas through the city on Saturday or whatever days they did it on. It's like that shit used to be beefed up because it's like niggas from this neighborhood don't like niggas from this neighborhood. It was never like two sides. Like usually when you got like big gangs, you might have like 2 big sides or like 3 different sides. Like this shit, this broke down to like 6 different neighborhoods type shit. That's what Fat Trail was trying to say.
Washington, D.C. bottom line. There is no doubt that Washington, D.C. is one of the most significant cities in our country economically.
Nah. Washington, D.C., bottom line, man, shit just another city in the country, bruh. Shit get treacherous, like, really, it's hard to move in certain areas, but that's every city for real. Like, y'all just gotta stay diligent, you know what I'm saying? If you need to, stay dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Stay out the way, bruh, get to some paper, like, this shit ain't worth nothing. Man, if y'all still here, go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and like and comment what y'all think about this video down below, and I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next one now, for real.